shot seem to find the bottom of the net for him.
I'll look at Atlanta's opening lineup. Mr. Perfect in a small forward. Horford is out there with Ivan Johnson. Then there's Louis Williams. And it's Harrison at the point. And for the Pistons, Knight and Stuckey are manning the backcourt. Matteo and Monroe at the 4 and 5. And it's Prince in at the small forward position.
It was a pretty clear picture now of what Detroit is trying to accomplish. And that's build their identity around their young players. Guys like Stuckey, Monroe, and Brandon Knight. High character, high quality people. And I think Detroit is definitely on the right track if they can continue to make the right personnel moves.
Here is Knight. And the pass to Stuckey. Back to Knight. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. Here's Stuckey. Rebound by the Hawks. Steve, going back to what you said, the front office just can't say enough.
Oh, how about that basketball, man? Wow. Always some entertainment value when you go with the windmill jam.
Yeah, rim shaker and Steve a wrist breaker.
Outrageous, man.
And the replay, of course, presented by Sprite. What a play. Earlier, Doris Burke spoke with head coach Larry Drew. And Doris, what'd you find out?
We discussed their game plan defensively, and he mentioned that controlling Greg Monroe will be crucial. He said Monroe is a guy who can score inside, rebounds well, and his passing really sets him apart. Their offense runs best when it goes through his hands, so pressuring him and staying vigilant is essential for us. Guys, can they slow him down?
All right, Doris, thanks. Here is Harris, following the score by Tayshaun Prince. Perfect. And that's good for two. And guys, pretty interesting comments he had after their last game.
Well, I know if I said some of the things he did and threw my teammates under the bus like that, I wouldn't feel comfortable. I'd be looking over my shoulder in that locker room. Things have to be tense after that state.
Yeah, I can imagine there's going to be maybe a team meeting, or maybe some of the veteran players will address him privately. But either way, I mean, at this point with those comments, it seems to me you're going to have a fractured team.
And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. Backing down is Maxio. Kicks it out to Prince. Good. Prince is out. And so it's Atlanta with it. It's a three-point game. They're getting their second look at Detroit in this one.
They won that game at the offensive end, guys. It almost seemed like they got something out of every possession down the floor.
And Steve, a few times they did come up empty. It didn't really carry over. They never lost their momentum. That's very uncharacteristic for him to miss that shot with such little defensive pressure.
He's to Monroe. Basket is good. The assist from Stuckey.
Well, what makes Greg Monroe good is the fact that he's a very well-rounded offensive player. Coming out of Georgetown where he ran that Princeton offense, he understands passing angles. He's become a very efficient scorer and passer for the Pistons. They run a lot of offense to him.
Here's Mr. Perfect. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Hornets in New Orleans. Here's Knight. In low to Monroe. It's stolen by Johnson. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Harris outside. Here's the three, and that one's good. Harris has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And, you know, speaking of Greg Monroe, he's really expanded his repertoire offensively. His rookie season, no plays called for him. It was mostly offensive rebounding and cuts off the ball.
Well, that's one way to get points, but he's become more efficient posting up right now. And also, he's facing up to knock down that mid-range jumper a little more consistently. So the versatility he showed in college starting to be on display in the NBA, too.
And when you play against him, guys, you know that it's going to be very tough to deny him.
27 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Mr. Perfect, guarded by Prince. Williams passes to Harris. Bynum with the steal. And here we go with Bynum running it up the court. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And the defense fouling there to prevent that layup, forcing 2 free throws here.
Nice job that time of attacking the paint and drawing the contact. They'll take that.
The Pistons shooting their first free throws of the game.
And guys, that's really an upgrade over how they shot last season. Not a huge upgrade, but an upgrade nonetheless.
Here's Williams. Over Prince. No good trying to beat the buzzer. Tie game in Detroit. We'll get things started in the second quarter when we return.
Want to be a part of the action? Then come out to a Hawks game and catch all the excitement live. Tickets are available to see Mr. Perfect and so many other great players. Remember, you are the home court advantage.
Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. Hey guys, looking at what you've seen so far from the Pistons, what do you think?
Just the start they wanted to this game. Solid offense. They got good ball movement. Established a nice rhythm.
Yeah, not stagnant at all. Free-flowing and fluid at the offensive end.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the court for the Pistons, Maxwell and Monroe at the 4 and 5. Rodney Stuckey and Tayshaun Prince, the 2 wings. And it's Bynum at the point guard position. Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Hi, Kev. Mr. Perfect in their last time out against the Hornets looked really strong. He picked up 10 points, and in addition to those points, he added a couple of steals. A bit of a surprise attack for him, as he is usually just regarded as a role player on his team.
All right, Doris, thanks. You're all over this stuff. And no doubt, Clark, his team very happy with his contribution as well.
Well, Kevin, you got to love the impact he can bring to a game. I mean, he's a critical, crucial part of their game plan each and every night.
Yep, I mean, he's such a big part of their team. And when he...
Well, this fella can rise up there with the best of them.
Just a crazy finish, guys.
He's one of the few players with the athleticism to pull that off.
Special thanks to Stripe for that sweet replay. Here's Bynum, averaging 9 points per contest. Stuckey and Maxwell gets to Prince from the baseline. Second shot opportunity. Monroe up and in on the layup.
3 straight buckets in the paint. They're making it look effortless.
Well, speaking of effortless, we'd like to see a little more out of the defense. How about trying, guys? Well, Tayshaun Prince going into last season surprised a lot of people when he re-upped with the Pistons. I think a lot of fans expected him to go to a better team, but he stuck with his Piston team, a club that is rebuilding, wanted to see it through, and unfortunately for him, did not have a great season.
And it's Maxwell, no good.
Once he had to change the shot because of the hand in his face, he knew he wasn't going to make it.
Stupendous. I love that word. Save that one. The word and the jam. I want to see it again.
Just beautiful. You can't top that. I love the alley-oop play. So much fun to watch.
And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Bynum with it. Bynum gets a screen from Prince. And he slams it in one-handed.
That's a solidly executed kick play. Paid dividends with that nice dunk.
Exactly the result they were looking for.
Yeah, worked forward.
24 seconds left to play here in the half. Makes the alley-oop pass. And Craig Monroe with this one.
What a play. No regular dunk there. A superb alley-oop.
And it was a great pass, too, to set him up.
No, those two have such a big feel for each other. It's just fun to watch play together.
Here's Mr. Perfect. The 19-footer is on the money. Mr. Perfect's got 11. He could go. Can't get it to go. And the first half ends in a close one. Hawks lead by 3. Sports from the Palace of Auburn Hill.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
The weekend is finally upon us, and on this Friday night, it's time for the halftime show. It's a close game for the Hawks going up against the Detroit Pistons. At every opportunity, they're pushing it on the break and looking to run it down the opponent's throat. Mr. Perfect is having no trouble against the Pistons' D. How's that for a shooting percentage? 100. Yes, 100% from the court. Not too bad. And for Detroit's angle, they've been grinding away. A big game for them right now. A win here would move them into the 8th seed in the conference. Their second unit giving them instant offense. They've gone to their bench for answered the call. That's it for me here in the studio. Time to send you back out to Kevin Harlan and the crew for the start of the third quarter.
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. We're seeing a tremendous game for Mr. Perfect.
That's one thing to get to the rim, and it's another to finish when you get there. And he's done both so far.
He's done a great job of being able to complete plays at the rim, finishing drives nicely.
On the court for Atlanta, Mr. Perfect, he's in at 3. Ivan Johnson is out there with Horford. Then it's Devin Harris, and it's Williams at the shooting guard position. Pistons trailed by 5. Now, here's Knight. Shot clock at 6. Rebounded by the Hawks.
And Lawrence Frank of the Pistons, one of those rare coaches who not only wasn't an NBA player, but didn't even make his high school team. But he's been around this game for a long time and has done an excellent job with Detroit.
Second half just getting started. About a minute played. Johnson dishes to Williams. He feeds it to Horford. Back to Williams. 6 to shoot. Over Stuckey. The shot by Williams. And going back to Lawrence Frank, he played in community center. He was a team manager in college in Indiana. And obviously Steve earned a great deal.
Yeah, pretty amazing story when you think about it. Most coaches in the league were former players or maybe big-time college coaches. So a real success story for Frank. And the hard work, the influence from the coaches that he's been around helped him become a good coach in the league.
He got that one, but he hasn't been producing the way we're accustomed to. He needs to look for a shot a bit more.
Prince with a screen on Harris. Knight passes to Prince. Back to Knight. Dishes to Prince. Another shot. And it's good on the layup. Prince has got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Offensively just hammering away in the paint.
And that's 10 straight points inside, too.
And the Pistons making a change here. McGinnis checked in. Anthony Morrow's checked in for the Hawks. Teague comes in for Devin Harris. Mr. Perfect misses him close. For the Detroit Pistons, they won their last contest, that game against the Kings.
And they really got after it defensively throughout that entire game. All the turnovers they forced to tell that story.
Yeah, and that was a major factor, Steve. I mean, the more turnovers they caused, the more they seem to rattle those guys.
Gets it to go. Mr. Perfect's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, that's been nice, efficient work, guys, that he's been doing. I mean, we haven't seen him take many bad shots, and that's the sign of a mature, poised player.
Knight kicks to Stuckey. Back to Knight. Dish now to Stuckey. And stolen by Jeff Teague. Oh!
Look out! An open lane right there. Pretty much saw the daylight he wanted and took advantage.
Yeah, great opportunity, and he seized it without much hesitation.
Yeah, a little too easy, if you ask me. The defense really needs to tighten things up here.
That was a nice replay, brought to you by Sprite.
You know, you look at Jeff Teague out of Wake Forest, guys, and he's really an athletic point guard, well put together, a young man with speed to burn. If I had to come up with a phrase for him, it would be speed merchant. He can fly. Well, he's been scoring pretty well on just a few attempts. It might help him out if he was a bit more assertive.
Here's Mr. Perfect. And there's the feed to Horford. That's good. Horford's got his second bucket tonight.
And Jeff Teague, slashing point guard, but he's developed his outside shot enough to keep defenses honest. And that allows him to unleash that speed and athleticism.
Knight dishes to Stuckey. Monroe's shot is good. Monroe's got 10 points.
You know, Kevin, this scoring has been one of the few positives they can take away from this game so far.
Here's Mr. Perfect. There's 45 seconds left in the third quarter. Knight grabs the board. Knight's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Stuckey, and he gets off the fast break with a monster slam.
Put that ball up there and banged it home, right? That was nice.
Little Statue of Liberty.
Yeah, that was strong. Simple, direct, and effective.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. The Hawks have made 3 free throws so far. Haven't missed any.
Now you take a look at the numbers, guys. They're shooting 74% on the season.
Yeah, it's been a very frustrating season for them in that regard, guys.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Drummond's checked in for Monroe. Villanueva comes in for Jason Maxey. And Tayshaun Prince subbed in for Corey Maggette.
Where was he going with that pass? I mean, that's just an awful turnover.
Ivan Johnson, he's checked in for Atlanta. The Hawks leading by 7. Williams kicks to Richardson. Back to Williams. That is good. Williams has got 4 this quarter. Here is Stuckey. 6 points for him. 3 seconds left. Shot misses. Shots continuing to fall as we conclude the third quarter. Both teams putting up points.
Tune in this Saturday night. The Philadelphia 76ers go up against Tim Duncan and the San Antonio Spurs. Don't miss out.
While we're still getting underway here in the fourth, let's go down to Doris Burke, who has our strike uncontainable game report. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, our uncontainable game in this one, the stretch by the Atlanta Hawks. It was in the third quarter when things started falling their way, and they were able to build this lead. No doubt they'll try to keep that momentum going through the end.
Okay, Doris, thanks. That scoring run, guys, was pretty key in this game so far, don't you think?
Yeah, very much so, Kevin. I mean, that was like a runaway train there for a while. No stopping them. That really blew the game open.
Well, you bet it did. I mean, when you've got one team in such terrific offensive rhythm and the other guys on their back feet, tentative, hesitant, it almost always leads to runs like that.
Rodney Stuckey and Tayshaun Prince, the 2 wings. Jason Maxiel is out there with Charlie Villanueva. And it's Knight in at the 1 spot. That's the 5 on the floor for the Pistons. Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. Monroe comes in for Jason Maxiel. And it's Spaghetti in for Charlie Villanueva. Here's Mr. Perfect. Pulls it up. Here's Johnson. Hammers it home.
You know, once he corralled that rebound, he was in just the right spot to power it back down.
And you can see it coming too.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way that was going to be a simple little putback. He saw the angle and he gave it a little something extra.
Hits the bucket. And it's 8 points for Prince.
Something has to change, guys. That's 10 straight points coming in the paint against this team.
Well, they got to collapse in there, and everybody's got to be conscious of it. It's a team effort in protecting the paint. Control the ball, and everybody's got to get in there and keep the defense locked down.
Stuckey passes to Maggette. Stuckey, guarded by Harris. Monroe. Basket is good. The assist from Stuckey.
And the shootout continues. Trading buckets both ways. I mean, offense definitely the focal point for these teams.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Guys, well, Larry Drew had some advice for his team over that last break. He told his guys, listen, we've got to make the most of every all about making every single possession count. Guys, we'll see if they can come back.
Thanks a lot, Doris. Devin Harris has checked in for Anthony Mark. Stuckey dishes to Knight. Passes it to Monroe. The rebound by Johnson.
Well, they are getting out rebounded here, and it's showing up on the scoreboard as well.
Yeah, it's something they're going to have to improve upon if they're going to win this game.
Here's Williams. Blocked. And now the Pistons fast break. Here's Maggette. Shot goes down. Very quick possession right there.
That mid-range jumper, just another one of his weapons.
Kicks it to Harris. He dishes it to Horford. Back to Harris. It's blocked. Maggette against Johnson. Fades back. Here's Monroe. The rebound by Johnson. Johnson's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. And that is good. 11 points for Devin Harris.
You know, he got one step ahead of the defense on that one. Excellent job.
And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here. Knight hits to Monroe on the powerful one-handed slam.
The defense caught dozing off that time.
Those open dunks pretty high percent.
Yeah, you're not going to miss many of those. I mean, this is really a poor defensive effort.
Goes up with a strike. No good. And it's Detroit the other way. Unhindered going.
He's so dangerous. Anytime he gets the ball in his hands and gets some momentum going towards the basket.
And that was strike, bringing you the close-up on that big-time play. Here's Mr. Perfect. Detroit with the rebound. Maggette's got his 8th rebound on the night. Stuckey passes to Prince. Basket is good. The assist from Stuckey. Stuckey's got 6 assists in the game.
It's been a great day for him from the field, but his team still trailing.
Pass to Harris. He kicks it to Johnson. Back to Harris. Johnson sets a screen for Harris. Gets to the rim for 2 with the deep all over him. Harris has got 4 this quarter.
His team has to tighten up inside. Way too many easy hoops in the lane.
Yep, that's 5 straight buckets they've given up from the key now, and it's hurting.
Jason Maxiels check in for Corey Maggette. And Monroe kicks to Prince. Count! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Well, good job finding a little opening in the defense and burying the jumper.
Knight against Harris. Johnson left side. Here's Mr. Perfect. 5 on the clock. The Hawks need to get off the shot here. Johnson. It falls. Here is Knight.
They got to score quickly.
He had no time to waste at all.
Gives him the lead pass. Here's Maxiel. Some solid defense from Harris. And he commits the intentional foul. And an intentional foul right there. First free throw is good, and that increases their lead to 6. Second one is good. They both at the line. It's a 7-point game.
Nice work there to knock those free throws down to add to their lead.
Stuckey gets to Maggette. Knight. The 9-foot shot. Connects! Atlanta with the ball. They've led by as many as 11 points. And so they choose to intentionally foul. Good on the first, and that increases their lead to 6. And the Hawks making a change here. And so both free throws are good. And it's a 7-point game. Can't connect. And so the Hawks take the win. They came, they saw, they conquered.
Hey, Kevin, to me, any win is a good win.
And that about wraps it up with Mark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA presented by 2K Sports. And now, Jordan presents our player of the game, Mr. Perfect.
I got a million ways to get it.
Strong effort for you in the win. Did you feel like you were at the top of your game, or could we have gotten a little bit more out of it?
Man, if I had more to give, I would have given it. I'm always going to lay it all out on the line, regardless of what kind of game it is. It could be the first game of the regular season or Game 7 of the NBA Finals. And you can rest assured that I'll be giving 110%. It's just the way I was taught to play from a very early age, man. That doesn't mean I'm not going to have a really good or even a really bad game now and then, but even when I do, it's always coming from a place of maximum effort, that's for sure.